Hey, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Jamari4 here once again, back for another animated horror story reaction. I want to thank you guys so much for supporting this particular series as much as you have. It's definitely one of my favorites to record, so I'm very excited to record another one for you guys. Ooh, excuse me, I just had a big dinner, y'all. Oh, girl. This is the first time that you're seeing me. My name is Jamar Washington. I hope you enjoy what we do here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video to your social media accounts, then tag me in it so I can see y'all. I know a few of you already who have come here regularly. I see you and I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is supposed to be a scary vacation story. Child, I don't do no camping. I don't do no mountain climbing, hiking. None of that. Hang gliding. Nah, ma'am. All right, let's see what we got.
During my holiday, I spent about 3 weeks in Japan. I arrived pretty late, so I couldn't check into the hotel that I initially booked, so I booked the cheapest hotel that I could find nearby.
Oh, hell no.
Aesthetically, it was quite nice, but it did have easy access to the building, meaning anyone could come in and go to any room as they please. Plus, there was no security in sight.
Nope.
After arriving in my room, I ordered some food and watched some TV. I was still pretty jet-lagged from the flight, so I started to get ready for bed. As I was falling asleep, I felt the urge to double-check the door just to see if it was locked. I didn't think anything was going to happen, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Baby, let me tell you, that is me. Okay? Whenever the urge or the spirit comes in me that I feel the need to check my lock, I actually just get up and check it because there's been many a times where I have been just dazed, not paying attention, and my ass go to bed with my damn apartment fully unlocked. And I'd be in that good, comfortable spot in the bed too. And then I'd be like, oh, I want to check that lock. I really want to check that lock. And I'd be like, oh, fine, let me just get up. So I understand this. I do that all the time.
About 5 minutes after I checked the door, I heard footsteps outside. Initially, I thought it was someone leaving their room, but the footsteps started to pick up speed. The sound started getting louder and louder, and I started to freak out a little. All of a sudden, the sound stopped. I looked at the light shining through the bottom of my door, and there was a shadow of a person. At first, I thought it was room service, but it was too late for that. Or maybe it was some drunk idiot who was at the wrong room. As soon as I switched my light on, the shadow.
I was like, watch him mess up. Watch him mess up. See, if somebody's come, you never let them know that you see them. I'ma always wait and just probably grab something. I'm gonna get prepared because if they try to, try me, you be ready. But then now that you open up the lock, or I mean, not you turn the light on, they know that you there. They know that you watching them. See, you done gave away your cover.
Disappeared. I was confused, but I reluctantly went back to bed.
Back to
That's when I suddenly heard scratching coming from my door. So I immediately turned my light on and shouted, "Who's there?"
oh.
After a moment of silence, I heard the footsteps slowly fade away. At this point, I was thinking it could be some kids messing around, so I got up, opened the door, and peeked my head outside.
What the fuck are you doing? This is a rinky-dink motel. You in the middle of Japan. Clearly somebody fucking with you, and because you know that this is a hotel that anybody can access, walk up in, and I swear you looked at like you was coming through this through a alleyway or something, and you gonna open the door against something that was going on the girl. This don't make no sense. He's doing all the wrong things right now.
I glanced in both directions down the dark and slim hallways. That's when my heart stopped. A man emerged from the darkness and ran erratically towards me.
Oh, bitch. I'm
His face
scared.
was contorted as he screamed, and I could see he was holding a knife in his right hand. As he got closer, I could see him more clearly. He had disgusting long, dirty hair,
Oh
his
Lord!
clothes were ripped, and he had cuts and bruises all over. I quickly slammed my door and pressed
Lock.
against it, praying that the man would just go away. After what felt like hours, I finally gathered my courage and looked through the peephole. He was gone. I
Oh
let out a
hell!
sigh of relief and checked the peephole again. My heart started pumping faster than ever before. He was right in front of the door. He was wearing a maniacal smile on his face.
Why me? Why me? What? Why are you coming after me, sir? See, you know what? You know what? I feel like he would not have fucked with you had you not turned on that damn light. I feel like he probably went to all them doors in this hotel trying to see who is awake that I can fuck with. Who is here that I can screw around with. And since you turn on that light and you doing that whole who's there and all that stuff, he knew that you was the one. Girl, stop turning. You done fucked up now.
And all of a sudden, he raised his knife and yelled, "I'm gonna fucking kill you!"
Bitch. Excuse me? Excuse me? What did I ever do to you to be doing all of this hostility, honey? I ain't do nothing yet. But since you gonna have words, let's go.
I jumped back and kept my eyes locked on the bottom of the door as I backed up to my bed. I grabbed my phone and started dialing the police. As I raised the phone to my ear, I saw that the shadow was gone. When the police arrived, I tried to explain what happened, and they checked the security cameras. They almost immediately recognized the man. He had been doing this to people for a while now, and the police had been trying to track him down for months. After a long night of no sleep, I finally arrived at the right hotel that I had booked initially in Tokyo. That creepy guy was still on my mind, but I thought the chances of him being here were pretty slim, so I didn't bother locking my door that night.
What? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that merely the night before, okay, a crazed man with a knife just came up to you and said, and I quote, I'm going to fucking kill you. And the next day, you take your ass to another hotel that you think is just nicer. And because it's so nice, you feel like you don't have to lock your door? Make it make sense, America. Because that'd be the first thing I would do. You said the man was on your mind, but yet you unlock your door? What sense that? Hey, girl, let me continue so I can be through with this man. He dumb.
At 12:05 a.m., I woke up to a big bang next to me. I turned around to see the same guy passed out on the
it, it, I'm, I, I got nothing else. I got nothing else.
floor with a knife in hand. I was in shock. How did he find me? I quickly ran out of the room and locked him inside. The cops came and he was finally arrested. Let's just say I'm always going to be locking my doors from now on.
Why weren't you doing that in the first place? Who's who goes to a hotel? Who goes to a hotel and has their door unlocked? What kind of shit is that? I put the lock, the deadbolt, and the chain when I'm at the girl. That frustrated me, girl. That was probably one of the most frustrating stories I ever heard. Anyway, we're gonna pause this and then we'll get to the next one. Okay, guys. Ooh, girl. I hope these people in here are smarter. So this one is gonna be actually two stories in one. What? Two stories back to back, I should say. And they're creepy web stories, so things dealing with webcams and the internet and all that shit. So, people are real stupid when it comes to the internet. So we're gonna see how this goes, child. Deep web.
I was 26 years old, and I was unemployed. Feeling unfulfilled by the monotony of a job life, I decided I would try my hand at working from home. So my days and nights comprised me of surfing the internet for any jobs I could get. I was a big procrastinator, so more often than not I'd stray away and waste time doing other things. One day, I came across talk about the deep web while on Reddit. I felt amused by the people talking about it as if it was something so scary, and decided I'd look into it. It was stupid of me to go on it in the first place, but I made it even sillier by deciding to check it out late at night. It was about 2 a.m. and I came across a website where you could chat with someone anonymously. The person I got was a woman. She was in her early 20s and very pretty. She sat with her head in her hands, looking playful into the webcam while batting her eyes. I had no desire to turn my camera on and started our chat, thinking that while I didn't come across anything scary, I could befriend this pretty girl. It sounded like a better deal anyway.
Child.
She told me to turn the camera on, but I ignored that request and tried to get her to talk. She finally did after some prodding, but I noticed how guarded she was. I also noticed how after every message I sent, her eyes would look off camera, either to her side or somewhere behind her computer. After a while, it started getting annoying, so I asked her if someone else was there with her.
I want to see you first.
She said. Up until now, I'd been chatting while she'd answered my questions.
Mm-mm. See, this is why you don't associate with people over across the internet. Cause first of all, why are you here? She's sitting here looking at you dazed, still like she looking at something behind her and shit. I feel like somebody is there, and as soon as you show your face, they gonna find you, kidnap you, and do all sorts of shit. I don't trust nothing like this on the internet. Show your face, let me see you. No, no. Shit, you see this damn ceiling. Shit, or have do like one of them numbers where you show your forehead.
Verbally. I'm not that curious,
Don't be scared.
she said, laughing, this time looking behind the laptop again and making a face that seemed to indicate she was laughing at my expense, with someone else. This is getting boring. It feels like I'm not just talking to you.
That's because you're not. You're talking to all of us.
Who else is there?
Turn your camera on.
Is this a joke?
Turn it on.
Okay, I'll be leaving now.
Turn on the camera.
Her laughter was almost piercing by now. There was nothing humorous about the situation, yet she threw her head back with riotous laughter. I'd had enough and moved the cursor over to turn the chat box off when I saw the cursor had jammed.
What
The
the
only thing that was working was the chat box, and I still had access to the keyboard.
Turn the camera on, sweetie.
Her gumdrop-filled voice was louder than before,
What the
and I
fuck?
moved my gaze up to see her smiling toothfully at the camera. Her face still beautiful, but the smile
Nope. Toss the computer out the window. Tu- Bitch got me fucked up. You hijacking my computer, whore? Uh-uh. You know what? You can have this computer. I will take this battery out, smash this hole.
completely fake. My computer's crashed. I can't see the screen. Sorry. I lied. I didn't want her to know I had no option but to chat. Her screen flashed before going blank. There was nothing there but a black screen. I felt relieved, thinking that at least I didn't need to talk to her while I tried to figure out what happened to the screen. Just then, a chat message popped up.
Open the damn camera, you...
The aggressiveness in
Oh.
the message frightened me. Now, the fact that I couldn't see her face while she typed this made me feel nervous. I didn't dare reply back, but then the cursor moved. I watched shell-shocked as the cursor twirled around the screen.
Open the camera now.
I still didn't make a move. There was
Oh, See, okay. It looks like he has like a removable camera on the top of his shit that's just hanging there. Unplug it, take it off, toss it, close the laptop. What camera you gonna look at? You're gonna be looking at the damn keyboard. Shit.
There's no way anything good would be waiting for me if I did what she asked. The screen began flickering, as if a virus was causing the computer to writhe in agony.
Do you want me to find you?
My heart raced. Could it be possible she knew where I was? I started typing. Please stop bothering me.
Then turn on the fucking camera.
By this point, I thought she was some kind of sadist.
Oh,
and got her
bitch.
kicks by scaring unassuming people in chat rooms. So I obliged and turned the webcam on. I saw my
You're just as dumb as the rest of them. Why did you turn your camera on? Clear. Yo, screen just flickered. This bitch is cussing at you. She is threatening you to turn on this camera. She said all of us, so you know there's more than one person there. And you turn on your. Get, ugh. Y'all comment below what y'all would do in these situations, because I'm very curious to know. Because it can't just be me that would have tossed the computer out the window like a frisbee.
my frightened face staring into the screen. Judging by my face, my attempts at looking tough were painfully unsuccessful. I asked around for the girl looking straight into the camera, telling her I did what she wanted and to stop hacking into my computer. There were several seconds of silence. I kept my stare directed to the little box that showed her camera feed, but it was pitch black. I motioned into the camera in confusion, feeling as if she was messing with me now. Then I saw another message.
Look here.
After a few seconds of staring at those words, I looked back at her camera, but my computer instantly malfunctioned, and I received another message.
Look here. Don't look up.
The chat was filled with nonsensical gibberish. She typed with such ferocious speed, my screen whirled away with her constant messages. I couldn't understand what was going on, but I didn't look up. My patience ran thin, and I wrote back, "What is this supposed to mean?" Her response came. I read only the letters in bold and shuddered. I looked back into her webcam, and I fell back into my chair, my eyes widening. She was back there, only her face looked completely demented.
Oh shit.
She had a savage expression, devoid of emotion, but her eyes were almost popping out of their sockets, and she was huffing as if she had extreme amounts of pent-up rage.
Oh no, bitch.
The way she looked directly into the camera made me feel she despised me with all of her being.
Why are you still in front of? What the f is going on? Why are you still here, girl? This girl is crazy. What?
There was no amusement there anymore. Her camera went blank again. Then the chat popped up.
Wait. Is this bitch on the ceiling? I swear she's telling me to look up, and she is gonna descend from the freaking ceiling.
My heart stopped again. For a split second, there had been the same blackness, only for the lights to come back on. She wasn't alone anymore. There was a man next to her with a black mask on. He made no movements other than look into the camera like the girl. The girl's neck creaked to her side. It looked like it was causing her pain, and then the lights went out again. The chat resumed.
Up.
This time, I screamed in fright and fell off my chair. There was another man with them now. He was standing next to the girl with the original one on the other side. This man had the same mask on, but his hands were grasping the girl's shoulders.
What the fuck?
Even with the subpar quality of the webcam, I could see the force with which the man dug his hands into the girl. It looked like he could rip her in two. The girl, however, had a huge grin on her face. Her eyes were mad with glee, or
What?
so it looked. Her teeth were perfectly lined up as her mouth spread into that toothy grin, but I could see she was in pain. Even with the smallest sign of her smile fading, the man clenched his hands even tighter than before, which made her smile even wider.
What?
All three of them were shaking, as if it was extremely cold where they were.
Huh?
After a couple seconds, I realized they were shuddering, like trying to hold back laughter.
What are you laughing at?
I yelled into the screen. They didn't answer, and continued to tremor with concealed hilarity.
What is so damn funny?
I bellowed. They stopped shaking. Within a couple seconds, the screen went black again.
What?
When it turned back on,
Oh!
the man no longer grasped the girl's shoulder. Neither was she smiling.
Bitch, there's somebody behind. I told y'all. If there's somebody in my house, I swear to God.
All three pointed into the camera. Upon a closer look,
Oh!
I understood that
Bitch, I knew it. Bitch, I knew it. No, ma'am. This is exactly why you don't open your goddamn camera. Don't even be in these chat rooms. Huh.
they weren't pointing at me. They were pointing behind me. I didn't need to look back. I could see myself in the webcam. There was someone peeking from behind me. It was another man in a mask, and according to what I saw in my webcam, he was with me in my room, right behind me. I turned around quickly, but saw nothing where I had seen him in the webcam. I turned back towards the screen and, to my bewilderment, saw a third man in the girl's chat box. It was the same man I had just seen standing in my room. Now, all three had their hands on the girl and were gripping tight. The girl wasn't laughing anymore. She had a look of utter devastation. A tear was dropping from her eye, but it wasn't just a tear. It was blood trickling down her eye socket. She then mouthed the words, "Help me," and the next second she screamed as if her lungs were being ripped off as the screen went black.
What?
I immediately got up and pulled the plug out of my computer.
Now you pull them. Now you pull the plug. Now you want to pull the plug, bitch. Oh, girl. You should have pulled that plug as soon as that bitch started asking you all them questions and wasn't paying you no attention. That's when I would have pulled the plug. But then again, Jamar wouldn't be there in the first place.
And backed out of the room. For a couple seconds, I swear I heard her screams even though the computer was unplugged. The room went quiet, but I was too devastated to stay there and ran out of my house despite it being 3 a.m. I caught a cab and went over to my friends, who had to talk me down for an hour before I could be calmed. I returned back to my house with my friend a day later. Everything was the same, and after thoroughly checking around the house, we concluded that there was no one there, nor was there a sign of anyone ever having broken in. I've never gone back to the deep web. My friend suggested it might have been some prank by computer hackers, but the way that girl shrieked, the terror she had on her face, it convinced me she had been a victim herself. I had wondered if I had stayed on for longer, if I would have become a victim too. Could those men have found me? Was there really someone in the room with me? There was nothing I could do, because there was nothing concrete to report to the police. What I did do was throw the computer out and buy a new one. There was no way I could even open it back up after what happened.
Girl, listen. You should have tossed that shit. I thought he had a laptop for a sec, but it desktop, laptop, it don't make no difference. I would have unplugged that whole a long time ago. You was over there fucking around, playing too much. Child. Well, I thought I was gonna do a third one, but this one was a little bit longer, and the recording is almost at a damn half hour. So I'm gonna cut it right here, but I'll make sure not to wait so long to upload the next one. Ooh, girl. Y'all let me know what y'all would do in these situations. That's what I really want to see. Y'all comment, for those that watch this, comment what you would do in these situations. Cause y'all hear what I would be doing, but what would y'all be doing? I'll tell you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, again, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm slowly starting to see like the subscribers slowly build back up again, and it's very exciting. So I'm really happy about that. yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye bye.